Welcome to part 2 of our exhaustive look at the films of Quentin Tarantino. If you're listening to this and wondering, did he say part 2? Yeah, he did. Be sure to check out last week's podcast, which was part 1 of the Tarantino Filmgazm, before you listen to this one. If you're already up to speed, let's jump right in with a look at Kill Bill Volume 2. So Kill Bill 2 came out in 2004, a year after the first installment. Stars Uma Thurman as the bride, now revealed to be Beatrix Kiddo. Mm-hmm. David Carradine as Bill, in a full-length appearance.
Yes.
Which does not disappoint.
Not at all.
Michael Madsen as Bill's brother Bud. Real, as they call him in the movie.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey.
An alky, scrub, shit-kicking moron.
Oh, man.
Love it. And Daryl Hannah as L. Driver. A real sadistic bitch.
Yeah, Daryl Hannah's amazing.
And, what's his name? Gordon Liu as Master Pai Mei.
Mm-hmm.
Which, fucking love that guy. Thank God Tarantino didn't decide to play that himself, which he was going to do.
I know.
I wish there were pictures of that.
That would have been frustrating.
Would have ruined that entire movie.
Yeah. But that didn't happen, and we got Kill Bill 2, which is Kill Bill 1 on steroids. You know, more characters, more going on, and again, like you said, Dave Carradine is in the whole thing.
Yeah.
And he does not disappoint. He's frightening, and definitely makes a case for being one of the best Tarantino villains of all time.
Kill Bill 2 is very much character-driven as a part.
For sure.
Part 1 is very much, I would say, story-driven. Part 2 is the bride's final confrontation with Bill. That's what it's all building towards.
It's time.
And it's very bittersweet.
Mm-hmm.
Her final meeting with Bill is very much like, do I really want to do this?
Yeah. Is this all worth it? Has this all been worth it?
There's still love there.
For us, it's been worth it. It's been fucking 4 hours.
Yeah, I want to see this shit.
Kill his ass.
Yeah. But it's, an amazing film. Definitely a worthy successor. Both of the films are just flawless.
Yeah, it's one of the best sequels of all time.
Yeah.
Not a lot of sequels are able to live up, especially just a 1-2 bang bang.
Tarantino himself doesn't even consider it a sequel.
No, it is. It's a just continuation.
To him, Kill Bill is one movie.
Yeah.
It's his fourth.
And I love thinking of that in my head. I have some quotes. You know, I said earlier, wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. That's a classic one that we like to say. That's from Bud, Michael Madsen. But one of the coolest things is between the bride and Bill, and she says, "How did you find me? I'm the man."
Fuck yeah.
So good. That's one of those bits I had to bring up that bit. That's so cool.
I love that there's no second guessing that. So,
right?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Fair enough.
Bill's the man.
Yes, sir. Bill. All right. Yeah, Carradine is totally convincing. Very surprising role. He was up for a Golden Globe for his performance in Kill Bill 2. Also Uma Thurman as well. So this is a beautiful movie. Do we mention it got a 84? 84 Rotten Tomatoes and then 8. A flat 8 on IMDb.
8.0.
Which is, that's solid.
You know,
solid.
Bill was very nearly Warren Beatty.
Oh, I read a lot about that.
Can't believe that.
Fascinating.
Yeah. And then
totally
Costner.
different. Thank God.
Like, two names I can't even fucking see as Bill.
I feel like it would have changed the entire movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Carradine has this roughness about him that you totally believe he's been in the game for 30, 40 years.
Fuck yeah.
Just killing people for money.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't second guess it for a second. Bill's got this presence about him that you're like, yeah, of course a sword maker would break his oath for this guy.
I agree. Interesting fact about this one is Robert Rodriguez scored the movie for $1.
Really?
And in return, Tarantino repaid him by directing a segment of Sin City in 2005. Also for $1.
I knew that he had directed a part of Sin City. I didn't know that was an agreement.
There was a deal. Yeah,
that's really cool.
That's really cool. It's just a year apart. And then this is a fascinating story I didn't know. 2018, Uma Thurman posted footage online of a car accident that occurred while filming this movie. At the time, Thurman had voiced her reservations about filming a scene while driving a car over a straight dirt road and requested a stunt performer. Tarantino persuaded her. Long story short, persuaded her. There was a crash. Footage was, I guess, hidden, from certain people, and Thurman tried to get it out. It didn't ever get out until recently. And just now, recently they were able to kind of squash some beef they had. Thurman and Tarantino.
Messed her up,
really
permanently.
Really did, yeah. Really messed her up, and that really sucks. But it shows the shit they go through for these movies. That's. I want to go. I don't know if you saw this or if you noticed in your viewings of this movie.
Yeah,
goes with the world, the Tarantino world. And Reservoir Dogs, Mr. White says at one point, that the gut is the most painful place to take a shot besides the kneecap. And then Bill says, you know what? I heard at some point, that the most painful place is the kneecap to get shot.
I did not notice
so
that.
Maybe Carradine, maybe Bill at some point heard Mr. White say something at some point. Maybe Bill worked with the Reservoir Dogs at some point.
Maybe. Fuck, man, that's awesome.
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know. That's a cool... Yeah, that's spanning over, 12 years Reservoir Dogs to Kill Bill 2. 12 years of possible connection, which is really cool. Even if it's not, it's just fun that Tarantino was like, fuck it, I'm gonna fuck with people's minds about it. That's really cool. A lot of fun. Kill Bill 2 is, I like it better than the first one. Just have a blast.
I think the music really stands out in this one.
For sure.
There's a song, About Her by Malcolm McLaren that does some remixing of She's Not There by the Zombies.
Yes, yeah.
I love that. That song in this movie kind of really represents the whole movie.
For sure.
And it's so perfect.
Again, we shout out his music in the first part of this podcast. If you didn't, go check it out.
Yeah.
He's a master at using the soundtrack effectively as a character.
Yeah, for sure. And I think in his later films, he definitely upped that even more.
Oh, yeah. He's gotten better and better at the production side of making films.
He just keeps getting better. He just keeps honing his craft. I love that. So, 2007, Tarantino and Rodriguez did their own Grindhouse film, a double feature of Rodriguez's Planet Terror, a zombie crazy movie, and Death Proof, Tarantino's horror film, in which Kurt Russell plays Stuntman Mike, a stuntman serial killer who murders women with his death-proof cars, his stunt cars. And it's such a crazy premise, but it's fucking awesome because it's Kurt Russell.
It's fun as shit, yeah.
And, I love Death Proof. It's definitely his, I think, least seen film.
Yeah, Tarantino actually said it 7 years ago in 2012. Tarantino said Death Proof has got to be the worst movie I've ever made.
Wow.
I don't think he's saying that it's bad in any way, but he's saying, as far as for me, I think he's the least satisfied with the outcome of it.
Fair enough. I mean, it doesn't really have a lot of substance to it.
No, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's not supposed to. It's a grindhouse film.
And I know Tarantino's a massive, massive fan of The Thing, just like we are, from 1982. And Kurt Russell was in that. I know The Hateful Eight was loosely based on some happenings in The Thing, and...
he reused the score.
Yeah.
Or some lost score that Morricone did for The Thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Repurposed into the...
Morricone came back for it, yeah.
Really cool.
Very cool stuff. And, I got a couple quotes, though, that I like. It's better than safe. It's death proof. Of course, we have to have that. This one's great, though. Kim screams, "Moo, motherfucker, moo," which is something I always scream now when I see cows. Oh, man. A lot of fun. That's one, I don't think it's on anything. You probably got to go search for that one.
Yeah,
this is one you probably got to do some work for. I don't really have any recommendations where to find it. It's got a 65% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 7.0 on IMDb, which is not bad. I'll take that. That's very average for a movie that...
I gotta say this, the movie that I think Death Proof has one of the sexiest scenes in cinema history with, what's her name, Butterfly?
Yeah, but yeah.
The lap dance she gives to Kurt Russell. Dude, I can't fucking look away. That is my favorite.
It's one of the many times I've been jealous of Kurt Russell on the screen.
And down in Mexico by the coasters. Fuck, man.
Oh, man. Classic. Yeah, Tarantino doesn't...
and the stunt work in that film is unbelievable. That's when I think... what's her name? Zoe Bell?
Zoe Bell, yeah.
Yeah. Her first stunt work with him, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Unbelievable. She rode a fucking car against Stuntman Mike's car. Like,
yeah.
That whole sequence is fucking great.
I actually did that, yeah. Really cool. Really cool stuff.
Death Proof... I don't think it's anyone's favorite, but
no,
it's an enjoyable film. It'll kill some time for you, and it's better than Planet Terror.
And it is Tarantino. So give it a go.
He considers it one of his official ones. It's his fifth, so it's good enough for him.
Yeah,
it's good enough for me.
Yeah, agreed. Well, on to a classic.
Oh yeah, 2009. Inglourious Basterds.
Ah, so good.
Oh my god, an argument could be made for that being my favorite. It could be made.
It could be made that this is his best movie.
This is the movie that really endeared him to the Academy.
Yes, we have 8 nominations at the Oscars, including a win for Waltz.
Christoph Waltz won Best Supporting Actor for his role as Colonel Hans Landa
Au revoir, Shoshana.
Fucking sadistic shit, but oh my god, so mesmerizing.
Ugh. Anytime I see fucking milk now.
It is truly a bingo. Am I right?
How fun is that?
God damn. So many great lines. The Jew Hunter.
Let me give you a few more. Here, let's see. Aldo Rain, you probably heard we ain't the prisoner taking business, we in the killing Nazi business. And cousin
business is a booming.
Oh man, so good. We got Donnie Donowitz. Teddy fucking Williams knocks it out of the park. Fenway Park is on his fucking feet. He went Yotto on that one.
God, right after beating the fuck out of a Nazi with a baseball
Jesus Christ. Comes out of the tunnel. Jesus Christ. I gotta go to one of the first things I wrote. This is one of my favorite things. On this movie, Tarantino was asked about, obviously this is a war film, a very touchy war, World War II.
Yeah.
Which affected our entire globe very drastically. And he says, it would be easy to just set up a situation where we go, kill the Nazis, rah, 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 but I don't play it that fucking easy. Like, for instance, the interrogation scene that you just saw, under any criteria of bravery and warfare, that German passes under any criteria. And he does in that scene. He does not give up shit, and he says, fuck you, you're going to have to kill me, I don't care how it happens.
Yeah.
And we don't see that enough in war movies, where the brutality, the loyalty, the just blindness to just being smart in situations is war. And this film captures it. It's funny, it's dark, it's like sadistic, and it's a fucking awesome film. So.
War is hell for both sides, and you really never see that, but you see it quite a lot in Inglourious Basterds. I love that. For
sure.
Like the scene where Donowitz, hits the medal on his chest and says, "You get that for killing Jews." He says, "I got it for bravery." Like, fuck, man, to him, crazy. He is doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And it's weird.
Like he's saying, under that criteria, you are a good German Nazi. Yeah, you are. So.
Inglourious Basterds has some of Tarantino's best characters. Landa, Lieutenant Aldo Rain. My favorite Brad Pitt performance of all time.
For me too. One of them. That's hard. I would have to really look at.
And then Michael Fassbender's Archie Hickox.
Daniel Bruhl.
Frederick Zoller.
Eli Roth.
Donnie Donowitz. Diane Kruger. Richard von Hammersmark.
It's a brilliant film.
And I think that this has, without a doubt, the greatest scene that Quentin Tarantino has ever written.
Let's hear it.
It is the bar scene with the card game, where the German soldier realizes that Michael Fassbender is an imposter. That whole sequence
is genius.
Is beautiful. It's a diamond. It's just unbelievable, and it's all in French and German.
Yep. I read. I should have wrote it down. There's a very short time where English is spoken in this movie.
I love that Tarantino let the Germans speak German, the French speak French. That is fucking awesome, and nobody does that.
Nobody does that. They use shitty accents from fucking British or American.
It's always
actors.
A Brit, and if it's a Russian, it's a Brit. If it's a French person,
that happens a lot. That happens a lot. I can't say that there's plenty of movies that I like that have done that, but I respect when someone does what the real. It's very realistic. It's the real thing.
And this movie, really,
and Christoph Waltz, is like, Jesus Christ, this is a German, Nazi.
Dude speaks five languages.
He does,
flawlessly in the movie, and in real life. He was.
He said the only one that he isn't fluent in is Italian, that he learned just his lines. God. But all the other languages he knows fluently. Jesus.
And I thought he spoke that Italian so well. I thought
I know.
Italian.
That's what it was like. Jesus, you really you nailed your lines, man. Yeah, he is. That is like a once in a generation performance from him. And once in a generation movie, one of the best movies of that decade. And
Christoph Waltz was a little known German actor in the twilight of his career.
Yeah.
And Tarantino found him and turned him into a superstar. Got him 2 Oscars, back to back for this guy, and he's become a Hollywood superstar because of Tarantino.
For
well
sure.
Deserved. He's one of the most talented actors that we never knew about, and now we all know about him.
And we all know
Landa is such a mesmerizing
very well.
character.
Yeah, we know him very well.
Oh, he's so great.
I love that one. It's got an 88 on Rotten Tomatoes and an 8.3 on IMDb, which is, I would say, under what it should be. But
what Tarantino does with World War II is ballsy, because he reimagines the end of the war.
Yeah.
Which is kind of insane. No one's ever done that before. It's remarkable. And
the only time I've seen that was in Philip K. Dick's book, Man in the High Castle.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they did a show on that.
The book is called something different, I believe, but the show is called Man in the High Castle, and it is like an alternate reality of if things were different. But what Tarantino's doing is showing when it actually happened. We've never seen like oh shit, like this World War II is actually happening in front of us on the screen, but by the end of the movie, it's like wait, this is kind of an alternate. From what we've learned in our history books.
But we should have known that was coming because he opens the movie with the phrase "Once upon a time in Nazi-occupied France." Mm-hmm. So we're supposed to know this is kind of a World War II fairy tale.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, like this would be the beginning of Tarantino's shared universe. And if Hitler was killed in a movie theater, that would explain why every character in his universe has such an emphasis on pop culture, why it's so important and ingrained into society. This pop culture helped end World War II. It's very important to this generation.
Man, so cool. maybe Tarantino's going to try to end the war we're in right now with pop culture. Maybe Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is the...
Maybe.
We'll
it involves the Manson murders, and he's going to do his own spin on that shit.
Hell yeah.
Maybe Sharon Tate gets away this time.
Shit.
But
here we go.
And Donnie Donowitz, he said, is the grandfather of Lee Donowitz, the producer in True Romance.
Yep.
Another cool connection there. Yeah, Inglourious Basterds is a fucking flawless movie.
It is. It's like I said, I don't own it, which is crazy. It's one of my... I'm going to be doing a top 5 for people who have seen my top 5s on the website. Thank you for reading. I've done the Coen brothers and David Fincher. Currently working on Wes Anderson, but I think Tarantino's probably next.
I couldn't do that.
It's gonna be very fucking hard.
I could not do my top 5 Tarantino.
But I'll say I'm pretty sure Bastards is gonna be in there. That moves on to our next one from 2012, Django Unchained.
Django Unchained,
which is technically a remake. Technically, I guess
it's more of a reimagining.
Reimagining. Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
1966 Django.
Yeah.
He reuses a lot of the music. Franco Nero, who played the original Django, does make an appearance in the film.
Yes.
As a Mandingo wrestler dude. And it's a fucking great moment.
It is a great moment. Django, I feel like, is one, when it came out, had a lot of flair, a lot of hype, a lot of build around it that it didn't live up to for me. But now, as it's kind of, had some time to grow and have a legacy of its own, I love it. I love Django Unchained. I think Christoph Waltz is just as good in this.
Well, I love that in Inglourious Basterds he plays the most evil man in the world,
and then in
this he plays the most decent man in the world.
Yeah, 3 years later. Yeah,
and he won another Oscar.
Yep. Yeah, this is forever going to be his little gap, his little 3-year Tarantino bit, where he's he was one of the best actors in the world at that time.
He'll be back.
I think so too. But this will, for me and for most fans, this will be his his moment of wow.
And this was Tarantino's second Oscar too. He took home Best Screenplay.
Yes,
again,
which would be 18 years after Pulp Fiction. Fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
86 on Rotten Tomatoes, solid. 8.4 on IMDb. That's actually really good.
I think Django Unchained might be his most important film because
how so?
It is the first Western I've ever seen that directly addresses slavery.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
And not just addresses it, but heavily, shines the light on the fucking gruesome, fucked up nature of slavery. Just all the sadism that went into it. Yeah,
it's not like all these movies we see now where it's eventually it's going to be okay. It's no, you kind of have to kill to survive.
This was war. This was a race war.
These people hate you because of the skin, because of the color of your skin, and they're going to call you things that are horrible and treat you like a second-class citizen.
I think no other character Tarantino's ever written has represented evil as much as Calvin Candy, the slave owner played by Leonardo DiCaprio in an unbelievable performance.
It really is. So scary. Gentlemen, you had my curiosity.
Now you have my attention. Dude, I get fucking scared of a southern accent because of that fucker.
Yeah,
you never know when he's going to snap. You know he's going to, but you don't know when.
He frightens me when he makes those guys fight in front of him. It's frightening.
Throws him the hammer.
Disgusting.
It's finish him.
Treating people like animals, and it's disgusting. But that Leo did his job.
There's the hint of incest between him and his sister. He went out of his way to make this guy.
The way Kerry Washington is treated, I'm like, how did you do that, Kerry Washington?
Yeah.
Even though y'all are acting and getting paid, how did you do that, man?
That must have been a difficult set.
Fucking
admittedly.
ridiculed. Oh, yeah.
That must have been just
Leo
harsh.
says he had trouble, like saying some stuff that he had to say.
But I admire Leo because I remember him. I read something that said if he hadn't gone 100% with that, he never would have been able to forgive himself.
Yeah.
And
well, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you can't play Calvin Candy without
you can't
being a total piece
that.
of shit.
Yeah. You gotta go for broke.
You gotta go all in on the
And he
shit.
did. Oh, he did. And, of course, Jamie Foxx's Django. Fucking great. The relationship between Django and Christoph Waltz's Dr. King Schultz is the heart of the film.
For sure.
And it's really cool to see a relationship
It's kind of built like one of those buddy-buddy like comedy movies.
Yeah.
Like Dumb and Dumber and stuff like that, where you just got two guys traveling through America, like, trying to figure shit out. But along the way is a lot of very, very dark things.
Yeah. And it does explore slavery 2 years before the beginning of the Civil War. And,
Yikes.
The way, like, the nonchalant way all the white characters in this film just kind of treat black people as not even second-class citizens, but just filth.
Dirt. Yeah.
The way they do that so off the cuff is really smart. Just because it feels like this is how it went.
Because this is how people talk.
It doesn't feel like a Hollywood version of slavery. It feels like slavery.
Yeah, it does. Man.
Yeah. And, of course, it's a revenge movie, which Tarantino's... That's his bread and butter.
He's pretty good at he's pretty good at doing scenes where the audience is angry with the main character.
Yeah,
with our protagonist, we're all angry with them, and
he knows how to make a sympathetic lead.
And then we get that moment of And Django is one of the best.
Dude, the third act of Django Unchained
when he comes, oh boy,
is so goddamn satisfying.
It is.
Oh my god, and I love the music in this because it's all repurposed Western theme music. It's all old Western music.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Morricone hated that. Because in this and Inglourious Bastards, he repurposed a lot of Morricone's scores with no context, and Morricone was really pissed about that.
Like, what the hell, man?
Of course, he wasn't that pissed because he did his own score for him for his next film.
Yeah.
But, I can understand that. But yeah, Django's
great. It's actually the longest shooting film ever by Quentin Tarantino. It took 130 days to film this movie. It's also, this is a really, really cool stat. Christoph Waltz is in it for 1 hour and 6 minutes and 17 seconds runtime, and that is the longest runtime for anyone who's won Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars. So really cool that he's in the movie just as much as anyone else, but Django is the main character, so you have to take a...
Funny, because the role of Django was originally offered to Will Smith.
Oh, God,
who turned it down.
That would have been bad.
Because he thought Django wasn't the lead character.
Dude, that would have been bad.
Yeah, I think...
If Will Smith would have played Django, that would have been bad.
It wouldn't have worked.
I don't think it would have been... Oh, God.
He had a whole... I remember he was... Again, go back to Kevin Costner. Wanted him to play Calvin Candy at first.
I mean, I don't want to underestimate the power of Tarantino's writing and ability to get people to do things, but Will Smith? That would have been bad.
Yeah.
That would have been bad. Mm-hmm. We talked about how he revitalized John Travolta and has done things with himself acting, George Clooney when he was first starting. He's done all kinds of stuff with different actors, but Will Smith's someone you don't. Not for this.
Wouldn't work.
Let him keep playing the fucking genie or whatever he's doing. Stupid.
Well, I love that Tarantino's the kind of director that every actor wishes to get a call from.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah, for sure. And we finally got Pacino, DiCaprio, and Brad Pitt is back again for... That's amazing. I mean, Pacino, he's never done.
Pacino is going to be in...
Yes, he's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I didn't know that.
I was like, why are you surprised right now?
Holy shit, really? Like, yeah. Oh my god, I'm excited.
Pacino's playing Leo's agent.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I thought you knew that.
I did not.
Folks, he was looking at me like I was fucking crazy. I was like, Pacino's in.
What's
you
he
didn't
talking
know that?
about? But, holy fuck.
Yeah, he's finally got Pacino. He brought back Pitt. He brought back Leo. Like, let's fucking do it.
I didn't know I could be more excited for that, but now, shit, man. That's great.
Luke Perry, who just died, isn't it?
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, this is.
I gotta take another look at the cast list.
We will. We'll get back to that.
Yeah.
So that's really all I got for Django.
Django is great. I love it. I think it's the film. It's one of the films I'll just kind of turn on. I don't even pay attention to the length of the film. I'll just put it on.
Doesn't matter where you are, where it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just throw it on. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be entertaining.
And I love that he got Franco Nero to be a part of it.
Yeah,
because I'm a big fan of the original Django. That's one of my favorite westerns.
Me too.
So it was really cool to see him too.
Good stuff. That brings us to The Hateful Eight.
The Hateful Eight, 2015. This movie almost didn't happen. Because a year before he was just about getting ready to ramp up production, the entire script got leaked. And he was pissed. Mm-hmm. He shelved it.
I remember this, yeah.
He was going to just write it off as a loss. And Tim Roth, of all people, was one of the main people who convinced him to give it another shot. And he did the table read with everybody he had intended to bring on board. And he loved it so much that he decided to go ahead and make the film. But he changed the ending so he could still surprise people. And it's an acquired taste. The Hateful Eight isn't his greatest work, but it grows on you.
It really does. I just watched this one again, too, a couple nights ago. Wow. I forgot how good it was. And that third act is so rewarding, so satisfying.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's acquired taste. It's very long. Very long. If you don't like... If you have like ADD or you don't like... you're kind of in one spot, one room the whole time with the same people over and over, and you don't really... It's kind of like a long game of Clue.
Yeah, that's a great way to describe it.
But this movie's awesome. It's Reservoir Dogs kind of on crack. Like it's fucking in the middle of Wyoming.
It's Reservoir Dogs meets The Thing. Really.
yeah. The Thing is a huge influence for this movie. One of Tarantino's favorite movies. One of our favorite movies too, as far as horror goes.
Yeah.
The cast in this is unforgettable. Kurt Russell, Channing Tatum appears in it. Samuel L. Jackson, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Michael Madsen, Tim Roth.
Bruce Dern.
Bruce Dern is fucking awesome.
James Parks, Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins. It's fantastic. Like, fantastic. Everyone does their job really well. And I think this is one that's going to keep rising for me as time goes on. Just like Django.
Absolutely. And I think the hardest one for this, I think I mentioned this in my review when I first saw it back in 2015. This is one of the few movies he's done where I think the dialogue actually hurts him.
Okay.
I think in this case, people don't talk like they should talk in this. I don't know why. It's just, it bugs me.
I think there's something to that because a lot of them don't know each other.
That might be it. Yeah.
Also, Tim Roth, Michael Madsen, and what's Bob's name? What's that actor's name?
Demian Bashir. We forgot about Demian Bashir.
All three of them are acting, essentially.
That's true, they are.
And Tim Roth, that's like my favorite moment is when Tim Roth goes back to his old accent. And you're like, ha, you wanker! I knew it!
Pete, yeah.
I knew it, you fuck! He goes straight back to that Pulp Fiction, like...
That's pretty great.
I love you, honey bunny.
No, that might be my problem with it. I think that is it, because everyone's playing a game.
Yeah, it is a game. It's a game. No one knows each other. Even the people we see at the very beginning, Kurt Russell and Samuel L. Jackson, Warren and John Ruth, just met each other.
So nobody should have any chemistry.
No, and Jennifer Jason Leigh is Kurt Russell's prisoner.
I think you just cleared this up for me.
So I watched this very intensely the other night. I had some alone time where me and my baby, she was sleeping, I was holding her, and I was locked in. I was like, this fucking movie's good, man. It's got a 74% Rotten Tomatoes, 7.8 on IMDb. I do think this movie's misunderstood. And it is so intimidating. It is so long.
Yeah.
And so if you're about to watch, it's on Netflix right now, and I can feel people's pain. I do the same thing. You click on it, you're like, damn, like, that's a big part of my day. I think it's worth it, though. If you have one of those nights where you got some time, if you want to stay up a little later than usual, please check this one out again, even if you've seen it. I saw it in theaters. The intermission part was fascinating. I actually left the theater and smoked a cigarette, came back, sat down in time for the movie to start back up. That was really cool. I think that's something that should be added back into movies. Time for people to go piss, go get whatever they need to drink or eat, and do your thing. I think that's a really cool thing, and he did that in Hateful Eight. Anything else you want to say about this one?
This took home. It's got 3 Oscar nominations.
It does.
Took home Morricone's first win,
for the score.
Unbelievably, for score. 60-year career, never won an Oscar.
And the list is beautiful of things he's worked on.
Almost every Western you've ever seen was Morricone. And that's unbelievable. But at least he has one now. I think Jennifer Jason Leigh also got an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actress.
She did. And the other one was...
It was costume?
It was random. Yeah, it was random. It was one of those.
Might have been set design.
I should have wrote that down. I'm sorry. It was one of those. I can't remember.
But
yeah, Jennifer Jason Leigh is spectacular in that when she finally gets to talk.
She transformed.
Whew.
And you know about the story about Kurt Russell breaking the guitar, right?
Yes. Yeah,
oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on the set, there's a scene where Jennifer Jason Leigh's character Daisy Domergue is playing a song on the guitar, and she starts subtly insulting Kurt Russell's character John Ruth with the song. So he grabs the guitar from her and smashes it to pieces. Well, on the set, they had borrowed a real 19th century guitar from a local museum as a prop in the movie. And Kurt Russell was not told this. So he picked up the actual antique and destroyed it. And Jennifer Jason Leigh's reaction to it was caught on camera. That's the scene they use in the movie where she's like, whoa, stop it. That's Kurt Russell destroying a priceless historical artifact.
She's genuinely like, please don't do that. Yeah.
Tarantino, I think he reimbursed the museum, which now has a policy of no longer loaning museum artifacts to movie sets. So you could thank Kurt Russell for that.
Oh my god. One of my favorite quotes of any Tarantino film happens to be a Tim Roth one from this one.
Really?
Oswaldo says, "The man who pulls the lever that breaks your neck will be a dispassionate man. And that dispassion is the very essence of justice. For justice delivered without dispassion is always in danger of not being justice." That's so good.
Profound.
And when you find out an hour later that he's fucking faking it and that this is a whole character that he's come up with in his head, wow. Really, really, really cool. Tim Roth amazes me. One of the most valuable Tarantino actors in his world.
Coolest part about Hateful Eight was finally bringing back his 90s mainstays like Tim Roth and Michael Madsen. And
Samuel L. is
always
stellar.
Yeah, always fucking awesome.
This is a perfect role for Samuel L. He gets to talk about his dick for like 10 minutes straight. My Black Johnson. He just keeps talking about his dick, and it's so uncomfortable. I remember being in the theater being like, "Oh my god, stop!" Just fucking get on with it. But that's the point, because Bruce Dern's like, "Ah,
yeah,
oh, you old man," as if.
The way he just goads him into, because he just wants to kill him.
Yeah.
Sam Jackson's character in this really straddles the line between hero and villain.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
He's just, he's a bounty hunter. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He's just here. I love that.
With his letter from Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, the Lincoln letter. Dude, his relationship with Walton Goggins in this film, I fucking love. Because they're such polar opposites who end up thrust together on the right side of the law.
Oh, man.
And I love that. You've got a Union soldier known for killing Confederates, and then a ex-Confederate freedom fighter made sheriff, put together like just in a bad situation.
Well, I'll be double dog damned. Yeah, it's great. It's great, man.
God damn.
Have a blast at that one.
I gotta watch that again.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Everybody just go check it out. When you're scrolling, find that. Look for that. It's good.
So he's got a new one coming out this year in July, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which kind of reimagines the Manson murders as a backdrop to a stuntman and his agent kind of looking for new work. And it takes place in 1960s Hollywood, and it stars Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, Al Pacino, apparently, which you can't fucking wait, as well as a ton of Tarantino actors.
Oh, here you go.
Oh my god.
Look at this list.
Margot Robbie, Luke Perry, rest in peace.
Dakota Fanning,
Timothy Olyphant, Kurt Russell.
Scoot McNairy.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's insane.
James Marsden.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, this is going to be nuts.
And look who's playing Charles Manson.
Damon Harriman.
Crazy, dude.
I can't wait to see... I mean, just comparing with what Tarantino did with Adolf Hitler, I can't wait to see what he does with Charles Manson.
Oh,
this guy is good at reimagining real-life villains. And the costumes, this is going to be crazy.
Yeah, I did a lot of research because my job was to do part 2 of Tarantino's career as first research. Tarantino, these are his words, said that the electricity between Pitt and Leo is the best he's seen between two actors or actresses. That's fucking insane to hear from him. We just talked for damn near 2 hours about the man's movies, and for him to say that about these two, especially people that we love.
Yeah.
Pitt and DiCaprio have been in the game for 20 plus years. Wow. I cannot fucking wait. Pacino. I mean, Jesus Christ. Pacino finally teams up with Tarantino.
And in the same
Thank
year,
God.
he's going to be working with Martin Scorsese for the first time, too, in The Irishman. It's going to be a big year for Al Pacino.
It is, yeah. It is. I'm so excited for this one. This is going to be one that you bet your ass the Filmgazm people will be lining up to see this one on opening night. We cannot wait.
I might break my horror thing and talk about this for one of them, because this is going to be nuts. I can't wait for this.
It's not going to, it's going to live up to every bit of hype, I'm sure. At this point, Tarantino has too much power, too much will, too much desire, too much experience, too much at hand to fuck up. So he hasn't done it before. I expect this to be amazing.
Yeah.
Also, going to be Luke Perry's obviously last film. So rest in peace to him. Sad to see someone go so quickly, but hopefully this will be something that can last, leaving an imprint on his legacy.
I'm sure it will. And oddly enough, Tarantino, he said that he's going to retire after 10 films, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood will be his 9th. And apparently for number 10, he's been picked for a Star Trek movie. He's going to be doing the next Star Trek movie in 2021 or something.
I think that's right, yeah.
And, apparently Paramount's giving him the green light to make an R-rated Star Trek movie with zero leash. He's given full reign over this. And I gotta say, I'm intrigued.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm not even a huge Star Trek fan. I know you are, but I'm not that but Tarantino's name is on it. I will be there.
I just want to see, what does a Tarantino Star Trek movie look like?
Of? Yeah.
What is that going to be? And he's there's been a few films over the years he almost made. I remember very early in the Marvel planning stage, he was being considered to do Iron Man.
Oh God, can you imagine him having control of Tony Stark? Oh,
Jesus.
Tony Stark's already a fucking asshole.
Iron Man was the movie that set the bar for the MCU. Can you imagine if Tarantino's Tone was the movie that started
Especially at that time? That's right before he made Bastards?
Jesus.
Who, God knows where his headspace was at during that time. Well, I got a few quotes. A few quotes by him. We mentioned a couple earlier, but here's something a few things he said that I look up to him for saying. If you love movies enough, you can make a good one. I believe that. The man dropped out of high school when he was 15, and he knew right away, this is what I want to do. I want to make movies. I want to do whatever I have to do. If I have to write them myself, I will, because other people are lazy and I have to do it all myself. That's very inspiring that he kind of took the life by the balls and and has done it. Hopefully the way I define success when I finish my career is that I'm considered one of the greatest filmmakers that ever lived, and going further, a great artist, not just a filmmaker. Very cool.
So modest too.
Obviously. Very cool. He is a humble dick,
Humble dick.
Humble dick. He knows that there's things out there that are better than what he's done. He knows that movies are amazing. He's a movie lover. He doesn't think he's necessarily better than movies itself, but he understands his place in the industry. Yeah. He understands the power he has. He understands how good he is at it.
There was a line.
That's part of who he is.
There's a line in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 where
Here we go.
all the Guardians are meeting Ego, Kurt Russell, oddly enough.
That's awesome.
And
he's everywhere.
Kurt Russell says something about humility, and Drax says, "Oh, I understand. I too am extraordinarily humble." And for some reason, that made me think of Tarantino.
Extraordinarily humble. That's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. What a guy.
Yeah.
Q.
He's a man who has totally earned his right to do whatever the fuck he wants. Because he has been consistent for 20 plus years. Just delivering amazing films, one after another.
Hit after hit.
He's, like I said earlier, he's the director that actors hope to get a call from so they can work with this guy.
Yeah.
He has Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Tim Roth, Michael Madsen on speed dial to just be like, hey, you want to be in the new one?
Yeah.
You fucking imagine? Jesus Christ. To have those guys wanting you to come to them. Jesus Christ.
It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's such a cool place to be. Again, just to give you his full, we'll give you the official 8, because at the beginning of Hateful Eight it says, 8th film by Quentin Tarantino. Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, Kill Bill 1, Kill Bill 2, Inglourious Basterds, Django Unchained, and The Hateful Eight. Wow.
Yeah.
Perfect. Those 8 together, if you take out all the little things he did here and there, I love some of the things he did, but...
And Kill Bill counts as one movie, according to him.
So if you count all those 7 together, Those 7 stories, those 7 ideas, those 7 movies, if you count Kill Bill as 1.
No, with Kill Bill is 1, it's 8.
It's 1, it's 8. How is that?
Because he considers his 8 is Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, Kill Bill, Death Proof.
Okay, yeah, there
Inglourious
you go.
Bastards, Django, Hateful Eight.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Flawless.
Absolutely.
Flawless.
Unbelievable. A career that has yet to have any kind of, slip, not counting the side projects.
And how old? I think he is 57 now?
Jeez.
Still got some time.
Yeah.
Like you said, he has said, 10 is it.
Yeah.
We'll see. I feel like he loves this shit.
He does.
He loves movies. A lot of his quotes that I love are him just praising. He loves film. He loves doing this shit. He loves ideas. He loves sets. He loves characters.
Well, I was watching. Tim Roth recently did a interview with GQ where he talked about his career, part of that ongoing series, and he talked about his time on Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, and The Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
And he said that the cool thing about Quentin Tarantino is that he does all of your improvising for you. Like, everything that needs to be in the movie is on the page. And he'll stop you and say, like, hey, no, it's on the page. Just give me what I wrote.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have the balls to say that.
No. I want you to pick up the mug with your fucking left hand. Yeah. It's there. It's written.
Which kind of is amazing considering all the, the fucks and the ums and all that. That's all written down.
Wow.
He's got it all planned out.
God, that's amazing, man. Do you want to do some some favorites?
Sure.
Let's do not favorite movie. I can't do that. I can't really decide. It's Jackie Brown's my personal favorite, but it's really hard to say what's the best.
I don't think anybody except him is qualified to say what the best is.
Right? Yeah, it's very hard. And he always says that Kill Bill is the most personal thing he's done. I don't know how that is, but
was his family murdered by a death squad?
I don't know. Again, he's a weird guy.
Was he in a coma where he lost the baby?
He said True Romance was autobiographical, so the guy's fucking insane. And we're talking about him.
Maybe he's Bill. I don't know.
All right, so let's do favorite character in Tarantino's world.
Favorite character? Aldo Rain.
Oh, wow.
Inglourious Bastards.
I like it.
He is such a noble hero, but you also get the feeling that he's a fucking piece of shit back where he comes from. Like, he's done some shit.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, I love the lynching scar around his throat that never comes up in the movie, but is just a little detail that shows you why he hates racism so much and why he's doing
little
this.
Development in his character.
Well, I read into it, and I guess in the original script, he was with he has a black wife, and they found out about it in 1930s Tennessee, and he was lynched, and that's why he's here. He hates this. He hates people who step on other people because of their race, and that's why he's here to kill Nazis. That never comes up in the movie, but it's a little detail that I fucking love.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah, and I love Brad Pitt's performance, and he electrifies the screen every time he's on. I love Aldo Rain. Close second is Vincent Vega.
Okay, all right. I like Vince a lot. I gotta go. Max Cherry.
Max
Cherry's my favorite. The subdued Tarantino character. The guy who doesn't smoke, doesn't do anything bad. He's just this bail bondsman. I love it. But he doesn't wash his hands after he pees, as we see in one scene when he's meeting with Samuel L. Jackson with Ordell. And he's walking away from the restroom, and Ordell says, wash your hands. And Max Cherry says, fuck you, what do you want? So good. Yeah, Max Cherry's my personal favorite, but Vega's classic. Yeah. I mean, Vega and Jules are great. Ordell. And yeah, Aldo's a great one too. And Aldo and Hans Landa are
If we're talking villain, it's Hans Landa for sure.
For me as well.
He is such a... But you never get the feeling that he's evil. It's almost like it's all a game to him. Like, he knows he's the smartest guy in the room.
He's just getting entertainment out of it.
He's waiting to see how everything plays out to his benefit.
Yeah.
And that's a very interesting type of villain. Like, Calvin Candy is a fucking sadist. But Landa, you get the feeling that he just wants to see what happens. But he wants everything to end up in his favor. He wants World War II to end up in his favor.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Real piece of shit.
But one of my favorite scenes is the opening scene.
Oh, that's incredible.
It's my favorite scene of that movie for sure. And
absolutely.
then it's one of my favorite Tarantino bits. What else do we got? So villain, we got Londa for both of us.
Favorite song moment?
Holy shit! Wow, that's a good question because I think about the music a lot in these movies. Pam Grier sang a Longtime Woman when she's going to jail the first time. 99 years, and she's singing that. That's really cool that she sung that for the movie. I like that, but I love on Pulp Fiction before she overdoses on Vincent's heroin.
Girl, You'll Be a Woman soon by Urge Overkill.
Good
choice.
You'll be a woman. Yeah, so good. She's dancing around his big old jacket. Yeah, I really like that bit. Yeah,
I love all the little things that have to happen for that moment to happen.
Oh yeah. A lot of times I think about my favorite bit of Pulp Fiction. I'm like, yeah, but the best part is when Vega and her, that whole part is amazing.
The date at Jack Rabbit
Slim's.
Yeah,
it's just amazing. It's like, it could be its own movie. I could have a movie where he picks her up and goes into in depth with every single thing that happened on that date that night. I could see a movie just that, for sure, and I would be locked in.
That's $5. That's milk and ice cream. You put Ruttman in it or nothing.
Will you roll me one of those, cowboy? Or when she goes to do coke in the restroom and comes back, and she says, "Isn't it a great feeling to come back from the restroom to see your food?"
Yeah.
That is a great feeling. When I go to a restaurant, I still think about that every time. I don't do coke in the restroom, nor do I look nearly as pretty as Uma Thurman, but I
love how casually she did coke in the bathroom.
God damn!
A bunch of people there fixing their hair. She's just like, I say, God damn!
Yeah, she's still living in
she's
still living in the '60s. Yeah, all these other girls are doing their hair. Yeah, I love Buscemi as Buddy Holly in that.
Yeah,
that bit. That's really cool. Shit, we're just gonna go back to Pulp Fiction. Start talking. What other moments could we do as far as?
For me, it's the opening.
Of your favorite song, yeah. Green Bag?
Little Green Bag.
Yeah.
Meeting the Reservoir Dogs, that whole sequence.
And with the radio station.
Yeah. K. Billy's
this is K. Billy Bob's. This is K. Billy. Yeah, so good. So good. I like that, and I like when Mr. Blonde is doing the...
Stuck in the Middle with You. I remember being that wasn't the first choice for the song. I remember
there's so many options for that.
Yeah,
because you could play something a little darker. You could play something real happy.
Well, I love that it's like the song. It's kind of in the middle.
Stuck in the middle. Yeah,
it can be depending on how you interpret the song.
It could be like someone who's driving real fast, or it could be just someone walking down the street, or someone cutting a fucking cop's ear off and torturing him. You know,
fuck.
That's good with me too.
Oh my god.
With Mr. Orange, the cop, one of the cops himself, laying on the floor dying.
I was so my cousin Ryan, he's about 18. He's just started looking at Tarantino's work.
Perfect age for Tarantino.
And I was at work.
Oh, your testosterone's like, what is this?
Yeah. Well, I was at work and I got a call, and I was at work, so I didn't answer the call.
You got a call, wow.
But I texted Ryan. It's like, hey, what's up, buddy? He doesn't usually call me, and I was like, what might be happening? And he texts back, who shot Nice Guy Eddie? I'm like, well, that's a very interesting question, right? Yeah. So I called him back after work, and I'm like, we're going to talk about this. So
like that actually is a huge debate that's been going on for a long time because they all shoot at the same fucking time.
Yeah.
And Steve Buscemi,
Mr. Pink
runs out and just gets riddled right when he runs out the door. Freeze! So good
stuff. Fucking great.
Yeah, but be on the lookout. I'm gonna do a top 5 soon for the website. Gonna cause a lot of controversy because I'm gonna have to leave stuff out because 3 films are gonna, 3 of them are gonna be left out. That's just how it goes. That's the way it's gonna go.
It's a damn shame.
I will count Kill Bill 1 and 2 as separate movies though for my top 5. I will do that, or should I put them together? If I put them together, it leaves room for more.
That's true, and
I'll put them together.
It is one movie according to Tarantino.
Yeah, I'll put them together. Yeah, if Tarantino says so, I'll put them together.
We'll never get the Kill Bill 3, probably.
No.
As cool as that story would be, it'll never happen. He had originally he had brought up the idea of Kill Bill 3 being Vernita Green's daughter Nikki growing up.
That'd be awesome.
And being trained by a blind L driver to kill the bride.
Oh man!
And how fucking cool would that be? Especially now that she's the right age for that.
Oh, dude. So it would be Vivica Fox's daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nikki would be kind of the hero, and the bride would be
Who would you want to play?
Kerry Washington.
That's a good one. Yeah. So yeah, she'd be around that age, right?
Yeah, you could fudge it a little.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was trying to think of someone young, like if there's someone young that could do it.
Who played the girl in Beale Street? Kiki Lane.
Yeah, Kiki Lane played
Lane.
Tish, and she'd be good. Have you seen The Hate U Give?
I have not.
Amanda, that girl's
I know you're talking
feisty.
about.
I like her a lot. She's fucking cool. That's actually such a good idea.
Yeah.
To do. There's so many things you could do though with Tarantino's world, like branch off. Like what? What happened to Jules after? Because Vince Vega dies because he continues doing this work and he gets shot by Butch.
I like to think that Jules went on his own pilgrimage and ended up as an organ player in El Paso, Texas. Changed his name to Rufus.
Hell yeah.
That's what I like to think.
I'm good with it.
I was a coaster. I was part of the gang. I was a drifter. They'd come through El Paso. I done played with them.
You saw Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
When it came out? I haven't seen that yet. Why the fuck did they not give Samuel L. Jackson Jerry curls? Wasn't it supposed to be 90s?
Yeah.
And isn't he driving around a lot in like South Central Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you give him Jerry curls, dude? Come on, man.
Oh my god.
You gotta shut up Pulp Fiction, at least for a little bit. At least do like the facial hair, or let him say something, like let him give a little line about like foot massages or something.
Marvel has they have shout out to Pulp Fiction in the past. In Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Nick Fury's fake tombstone has Ezekiel 25:17.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the path
Good
of the
call.
righteous man.
That's on Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Good call. That's a great movie.
That's really cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, man, that'd been cool.
Yeah.
If they'd have
My favorite unmade movie of his was the Vega Brothers movie.
Yeah.
I never got to do.
That would have been ultimate.
John Travolta, Michael Madsen, and
Mr. Blonde and
Vincent and Vic.
Jesus.
Just going through crazy shit. Probably would have been, Marcellus and Joe would have been in there just, combining Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction into some epic pre-story would have been unbelievable. But they both got too old for it to be believable.
Man, that would have been so cool.
They can't be an after movie because they're both dead. But one could dream.
I'd like to think Lou has a connection. Lou, De Niro's character in Jackie Brown, has a connection to the Vegas. He just seems like he'd run with those cats,
Seems like one of Joe's old
Yeah, it
partners
seems
or
like
something.
that. Yeah, but then again, De Niro's character seems like he's run with every kind of crew.
That's true.
Oh man, shit. Oh, this was a blast.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Unbelievable. One of the best to ever do it.
That's for sure.
QT.
So that's it for our Filmgazm on Quentin Tarantino's career. Check out part 1 if you want to hear the rest of his movies. I want to thank you for listening. Had a blast doing this. Had a great time. Mm-hmm. We'll be doing a lot more of these. Every 5th podcast is going to be a Weird Shit Wednesday.
And if you have a directory you want to throw at us, that we're down to research anything, man.
Absolutely.
We'll give it a go.
Anything you want to hear us talk about, we'll talk about it. Just you can email us at filmgasm@gmail.com.
Otherwise, we're going to choose your own shit.
Yeah. Post a thing on our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're pretty up and up with that. Check out the website. We are doing content all the time. Mm-hmm. The podcast is only going to grow from here on out. iTunes is a big step for us, and now that we're starting to tackle that audience section, I'm just really excited for the future.
Me too. And it's happening right now. The roots of Filmgazm are growing.
Yeah,
I couldn't be more excited to be a part of it.
For sure. Thank you to Quentin Tarantino for making so many incredible films that have impacted our lives.
Yes,
and continue to do so. Mm-hmm. And stay tuned for next time. Don't know what the movie will be. I know it'll be scary. And, stay with us. Appreciate it.
See ya.